friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll learn about earlier models of atom. Today we'll take two models of atoms. First, that is Thomson model of atom, and second, that is Rutherford model of atom. In these models of atom, we get to know that how electron and protons are distributed or arranged in an atom. So let's get started. Our first topic is Thomson model of atom. This is the earlier model of the atom. This model was proposed by J.J. Thomson in 1904. So this model was proposed by J.J. Thomson in 1904. J.J. Thomson proposed that an atom was a positive sphere in which electrons were embedded in such a manner so as to make a stable electrostatic arrangement. J.J. थॉमसन ने ये कहा that atom क्या है? Atom एक positive sphere है जिसमें electrons embedded रहते हैं और electrons इस form में embedded रहते हैं कि वो किसको neutralize कर सके? Positive charge को neutralize कर सके. So J.J. Thomson proposed that an atom is a positive sphere. An atom was a positive sphere in which electrons were embedded in such a manner so as to make a proper electrostatic arrangement. Clear? Now this model, that is the Thomson model of the atom, is compared with watermelon in which seeds are embedded, means just like electrons are embedded in a positive sphere, similarly seeds of watermelon are embedded in the watermelon. So that's why Thomson model of atom is also known as watermelon model and also known as raisin pudding model. Raisin pudding model. Just like pudding in which raisins are there, so we know that pudding raisins are embedded in the pudding. So this model is also like raisin pudding model. So Thomson model of atom proposed by J.J. Thomson. He proposed that atom was a positive sphere in which electrons were embedded in such a manner to produce a stable electrostatic arrangement, and this model of atom is compared with the watermelon as well as the raisin pudding. That's why this model is also known as watermelon model. Now up to 1911, this theory is considered as, this model is considered as the structure of atom. इस मॉडल को क्या कंसिडर किया जा रहा था? स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एटम की तरह टिल 1911. In 1911, a scientist came, that is Rutherford. He performed an experiment and the results of that experiment was not explained on the basis of the Thomson model of atom. Means Thomson model of atom Rutherford के experiment के observation को explain नहीं कर पाया and it's discarded. और इस वजह से Thomson model of atom हमारा क्या हो गया? Discard और reject. So let's move to our next model, that is Rutherford model of atom. So our next model is Rutherford model of atom. This Rutherford model of atom is also known as nuclear model of atom. Why it is known as nuclear model of atom? Because from this model of atom we get to know about the nucleus. Clear? Till 1911, we know about electrons, we know about protons, we know about atoms. But in 1911, through Rutherford experiment, we get to know about the nucleus. So Rutherford discovered nucleus. That's why this model is also known as nuclear model of atom. Now, what Rutherford model of atom is? Rutherford in 1911 performed an alpha scattering experiment. Alpha scattering experiment. Now what he did in alpha scattering experiment, he scattered a thin foil of metals like gold, silver, copper, platinum. Now what are the similarity in these four metals? What are the similarity? The similarity is these are less reactive metal. So what Rutherford did? Rutherford scattered a thin foil of metal like gold, silver, copper and platinum with a beam of highly moving alpha particles. ठीक है, रदरफोर्ड ने क्या किया? रदरफोर्ड ने थिन फॉइल लिया इनमें से किसी एक मेटल का और उसमें किसको कोलाइड करवाया? उसमें कोलाइड करवाया अल्फा पार्टिकल्स को, बीम ऑफ अल्फा पार्टिकल्स. क्लियर? नाउ द सोर्स ऑफ द अल्फा पार्टिकल, जो उसने सोर्स लिया अल्फा पार्टिकल का, दैट वाज रेडियम विच इज अ रेडियो एक्टिव एलिमेंट. क्लियर? एंड दिस रेडियम ही केप्ट इन अ block of lead. Clear? He created a cavity in the block of the lead, and in the block of the lead he kept this radium which emit alpha particles. Clear? Then he used a slit. Why he used a slit? Slit to produce a fine beam. He used slit to produce a fine beam. And he also used a circular zinc sulfide screen. Now why he used a circular zinc sulfide coated screen? Because when alpha particles strike this zinc sulfide screen, a flashlight is produced and we get to know about the strike of the alpha particle. So Rutherford ने क्या किया? Rutherford ने एक thin foil लिया किसी भी मेटल का, अनरिएक्टिव मेटल का, उसमें उसने किसको स्कैटर्ड करवाया, किसको बम्बार्ड करवाया? फास्ट मूविंग अल्फा पार्टिकल्स को. देन he used radium for the emission of the alpha particle, और रेडियम को उसने किस में रखा? ब्लॉक में, ब्लॉक लेड ब्लॉक में, और लेड ब्लॉक में उसने क्या प्रोड्यूस किया? कैविटी इन विच ही प्लेस द रेडियम. देन ही यूज द स्लिट सो दैट ही गेट अ फाइन बीम ऑफ द अल्फा पार्टिकल. उसको एक फाइन बीम मिले अल्फा पार्टिकल की. एंड देन फॉर द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द अल्फा पार्टिकल, फॉर द डिटेक्शन ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द अल्फा पार्टिकल, ही यूज जिंक सल्फाइड स्क्रीन. क्लियर? If we draw the Rutherford model of atom or scattering experiment, this is a block of lead in which there is a cavity and he placed radium here. ठीक है? What is radium? Radium is a radioactive element which emits alpha particle. Here he used a slit. Why he used a slit? To get a fine beam. Clear? To get a fine beam. Here he used a circular zinc sulfide screen. Zinc sulfide screen. And here he used thin foil of any metal. Clear? Now this is the model of, this is the diagram or diagrammatical representation of the alpha scattering experiment which was performed by Rutherford. Now after the performance of this experiment, what observation he noted? Clear? So observation. Now first observation he noted that most of the alpha particles, means 99%, most of the alpha particles pass through this foil without undergoing any deflection. Means most of the alpha particle, 99% alpha particle ने क्या किया? गोल्ड फॉइल को as it is क्या कर दिया? क्रॉस. Means from the direction they come, they go out from the same direction. जिस डायरेक्शन से वो फॉइल के अंदर आए उसी डायरेक्शन से वो फॉइल के बाहर भी गए. Means there is no deflection in the direction of the alpha particle. This is the first observation. Clear? Now what is the second observation? Very few. Clear? Very few alpha particles underwent deflection but from a very small angle. बहुत कम अल्फा पार्टिकल ऐसे थे जिनमें डिफ्लेक्शन हुआ लेकिन बहुत छोटे एंगल से. मीन्स दे गेट डिफ्लेक्टेड बट थ्रू अ स्मॉल एंगल. क्लियर? दे गेट डिफ्लेक्टेड बट थ्रू अ स्मॉल एंगल. ये डिफ्लेक्ट हो रहे हैं बट स्मॉल एंगल से. क्लियर? एंड व्हाट इज थर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन? थर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन इज वेरी फ्यू. 1 out of 20,000. जब 20,000 बीम्स वहां से पास हुई तो उनमें से 1 बीम, 1 out of 20,000 बीम्स कम बैक. ठीक है? नाउ व्हाट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ कमिंग बैक? मीन्स they get deflected at an angle greater than 90 degree. Greater than 90 degree means like this. They get deflected like this. Like this. Clear? So these are three observations which was noticed by Rutherford. What are these observations? First, that most of the alpha particles, means 99% alpha particles passes through the foil without undergoing any deflection. Second, few alpha particles underwent deflection but through a small angle. And third, very few, 1 out of 20,000, they went back or they deflected back, means at an angle greater than 90 degree. Clear? So these are three observations. Now on the basis of the observation, he concluded certain points. Clear? On the basis of observation, he concluded certain points. Now what are those points? On the basis of the first observation, that is most of the alpha particles passes through the foil without undergoing any deflection. Now what is the conclusion of this point? That most of the space inside the foil is empty. Means most of the space inside the atom is empty. That's why alpha particles passes through the atom without undergoing any deflection. ठीक है, ज्यादातर स्पेस जो एटम के अंदर है वो क्या है, खाली है. इसीलिए जहां से आपका अल्फा पार्टिकल आ रहा है, अल्फा पार्टिकल विदाउट अंडरगोइंग एनी डिफ्लेक्शन एटम को क्या कर जा रहा है, क्रॉस कर जा रहा है. क्लियर? नाउ व्हाट इज द ऑब्जर्वेशन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द सेकंड पॉइंट? व्हाट इज द कंक्लूजन? सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या था? फ्यू अंडरवेंट डिफ्लेक्शन बट थ्रू अ स्मॉल एंगल. कुछ में डिफ्लेक्शन हुई लेकिन कम एंगल से. Clear? Now we know that alpha particle is a positively charged particle. Clear? And they show deflection like this. Here is the foil and they are deflected in this manner. Means they are repelled by the atom. वो atom से क्या हुआ है, repel हुआ है. It means some positive charged particle is present inside the atom. Means atom के अंदर हमारा क्या present है, positively charged particle present है, through which alpha particle get deflected. Clear? ठीक है. Now what is the conclusion of the third point? That alpha particles come back, means deflected back, and when they deflected back, when they strike with a solid body, जब वो किसी solid body से टकराए होंगे तब वो क्या आएंगे वापस. Clear? So it means inside the atom there is a solid mass. एटम के अंदर क्या प्रेजेंट है, एक solid mass प्रेजेंट है जिसने किसको डिफ्लेक्ट किया बैक, अल्फा पार्टिकल्स को. बट व्हाट इज द डिजिट हियर? 1 out of 20,000, यानी 20,000 अल्फा पार्टिकल्स में से ओनली 1 अल्फा पार्टिकल डिफ्लेक्टेड बैक. It means that there is a solid mass which is present inside the atom, but the volume of that solid mass is very 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 less. यानी जो सॉलिड मास है हमारा एटम के अंदर, उसका जो वॉल्यूम है वो बहुत ही क्या है, कम है. Means the space occupied by that solid particular mass is very very less. That solid particle is a positively charged, as well as the space occupied by that positive charge is very very less. According to Rutherford model of atom, there is a small positively charged body which is present inside the atom, and that small positively charged body is known as nucleus. So Rutherford के according क्या था कि atom के अंदर एक छोटी सी small positively charged body है, और उस positively charged body को Rutherford ने क्या नाम दिया, nucleus. So in this way nucleus is discovered from the Rutherford model. So according to Rutherford model, an atom consists of two parts. First is the nucleus, and how we will define the nucleus? A small positively charged body, a small heavy positively charged body which is present inside the atom, that is termed as nucleus. And second is extranuclear part. Now what is extranuclear part? A part which is present around the nucleus, in which electrons are revolved in certain circular orbits. Clear? यानी आपका जो एक्स्ट्रा न्यूक्लियर पार्ट है वो क्या है, न्यूक्लियस के आउटसाइड वाला पार्ट है जिसमें हमारे कौन रोटेट करते हैं, हमारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रोटेट करते हैं. क्लियर? नाउ हाउ रदरफोर्ड एक्सप्लेन द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द एटम? रदरफोर्ड ने एटम की स्टेबिलिटी को कैसे एक्सप्लेन किया? रदरफोर्ड ने जो हमारा मॉडल था, रदरफोर्ड मॉडल ऑफ एटम इज कंपेयर्ड विद द सोलर सिस्टम। रदरफोर्ड ने अपने एटम को किससे कंपेयर किया? सोलर सिस्टम से कंपेयर किया। And according to Rutherford, the force of attraction between the positive charge and the electron is balanced by the centrifugal force. So according to Rutherford, electrons revolving around the nucleus in a certain circular orbit. So वहां पे क्या जनरेट हो रहा है? एक centrifugal force. Now that centrifugal force किसको बैलेंस कर रहा है? The force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. So if there is only force of attraction, क्या हो सकता था? इलेक्ट्रॉन किसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो जाते? टुवर्ड्स द न्यूक्लियस. But why they are not attracted towards the nucleus? Because of the centrifugal force. So in this way, Rutherford of model of atom was compared with the solar system. Solar system. ठीक है? And in this stability of atom is the balance between the attraction force and the centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. Clear? Centrifugal force क्या होता है? That force which exists at the center means away from the center. Clear? Centrifugal force हमारा कहाँ लगता है? Away from the center. And attractive force कहाँ लग रहा है? Towards the nucleus. So centrifugal force keeping the electrons away from the nucleus and attraction force keeping the nucleus towards the nucleus. So electron remain at their position. Clear? So this is the stability of the Rutherford model of atom. So these two are the earlier models of the atoms, and on the basis of the earlier models of the atoms, we have to define some simple definitions. Like first is atomic number. Atomic number. Now what is the atomic number of an atom? The total number of protons which are present in an atom are known as or is known as atomic number of an atom. So the number of protons. Clear? Here in the book it is also written that it is equal to the number of electrons also. But when you are defining atomic number on the basis of the number of the electrons, what you have to mention? The neutral atom. Clear? Because we know that when atom get converted into ions, there is a change in its electrons. उसके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स में चेंज होता है. जब एक एटम अपने आयन में कन्वर्ट होता है तो उसके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स चेंज होते हैं. And if we are defining atomic number on the basis of the number of electrons, it means ion का atomic number क्या होना चाहिए? Different, but the atomic number of the ion is same as that of the neutral atom. So what is atomic number? Atomic number is the number of the protons which are present in an atom. ठीक है? और if we are defining on the basis of the electron, so atomic number is the number of the electrons which are present in a neutral atom. Clear? Second is the mass number. Second is mass number or atomic mass. Now what is mass number or atomic mass of an atom? The total number of the sum of the number of the protons and neutrons. The sum of the number of the protons and neutrons are known as मास नंबर ऑफ एटम. ठीक है? सो किसी भी एटम का मास नंबर हम कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे? मास नंबर ऑफ एन एटम इज द सम ऑफ द नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स प्रेजेंट इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एटम. दीज प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स आर कलेक्टिवली नोन एज न्यूक्लियॉन्स. दीज आर नोन एज न्यूक्लियॉन्स. Why these are known as nucleons? Because they made the nucleus. इन्हें nucleons क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि ये किसको बनाते हैं? Nucleus को बनाते हैं. Clear? Now, on the basis of the atomic number and mass number, how we can able to symbolize an atom? हम एक atom को कैसे symbolize कर सकते हैं? Suppose there is an atom X, atomic number Z, mass number A. Clear? So atomic number is Z, mass number is A. Clear? So this is our symbol. This is atomic number and this is mass number. Suppose carbon is an element. Its atomic number is 6 and mass number is 12. So how we can able to symbolize this element? C612. So according to this, C is the symbol of the carbon. So this is element carbon, in which atomic number is 6. If 6 is the atomic number, means number of protons are also 6. 12 is the mass number. If 12 is the mass number, so we can calculate the number of neutrons, because we know that number of proton is 6. 12 is mass number, so 12 minus 6 becomes 6. That is number of neutron also becomes 6. क्लियर. सो इन दिस वे में हम लोग एटॉमिक नंबर और मास नंबर के बेसिस पे क्या कर सकते हैं, आपके किसी भी एटम के सिंबल को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. क्लियर. देन वी हैव टू डिफाइन सर्टेन मोर पॉइंट्स ऑल्सो, लाइक isotopes. You heard about isotopes in class 10th also, where in the limitations of the Mendeleev periodic table. Clear? Now what are isotopes? Isotopes are the atoms of same element. Atoms of same element having same atomic number but different mass number. Clear? So what are isotopes? Isotopes are the atoms of same element having same atomic number but different mass number. For example, hydrogen 1 hydrogen 1 2, hydrogen 1 3. These three are the isotopes of the hydrogen: protium, deuterium and tritium. In protium, the atomic number is 1 and mass number is also 1. In deuterium, the atomic number is 1 but the mass number is 2. So this is also hydrogen but its mass number is different from this. Third one is tritium. Its atomic number is 1 but the mass number is 3. So these are the isotopes of hydrogen. Next is isobars. Now what are isobars? Isobars are the atoms of different elements. Atoms of different elements having different atomic number but same mass number. So what are isobars? Isobars are the atoms of different element having different atomic number but same mass number. Clear? For example, let us take an example that suppose argon and calcium. Clear? Argon atomic number is 18, calcium atomic number is 20, and in both the case mass number is 40. So these are the isobars, means atoms of different elements having different atomic number but same mass number. Clear? Now third is isotones. Clear? Isotones. Now isotones are the atoms of different elements having same number of neutrons. For example, C614 N715. Clear? In this atomic number is 6, mass number is 14. So 14 minus 6 becomes 8. Clear? Similarly, in this atomic number is 7 and mass number is 15. So 15 minus 7 becomes 8. Means in both the case atomic number are different, mass number are also different, but the number of neutrons are same. So these are known as isotones. Fourth are isoelectronics. Now what are isoelectronics? Isoelectronics are the species which contain same number of electrons. So species which contain same number of electrons are known as isoelectronics. Let us take an example. For example, F negative, clear? Ne, Na positive. Now, if we calculate the electron in all three, the electron comes 11. So, these are the species. Why here the term species? Because it is not necessary that this is a neutral atom. It may be neutral, it may be cation, it may be anion. So, that's why I am using species here. So, species which contain same number of electrons are known as isoelectronics. Clear? So, that's all for today's guys. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.